Hey, what's up, YouTube? We're gonna get started in about 5 minutes, guys. Really do apologize for the delay. I always struggle with my connection. I always struggle with my setup. you know, so really do apologize for the delay, guys. But yeah, let me just let you guys join up. Just join up real quick, guys. So we're currently live on TikTok. We're also live on YouTube. Okay, so just 5 minutes, guys. Then we're gonna begin. Um, if you have a notepad to write on, guys, I think you should just have it out, you know, and then we're just gonna continue. But just 5 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna give myself something to drink, and then yeah, we can continue. But yeah, we're gonna begin in 5 minutes. It's 17:40 right now, so at 17:45, that's when we begin. Okay, so just hang in tight. We're gonna get started real soon. Guys on YouTube, we're gonna start in 3 minutes. Okay, just letting everybody join because I did start the stream late. So let's just 3 minutes, then we begin. So just get ready. Just get ready. Just get ready. Oh, oh goodness. I feel tired, but I haven't really done much today. You know, I really haven't done anything today, and I feel a little tired. Hey, what's up, brother man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna begin in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we're gonna begin, guys. So just get ready. I just noticed that my PC clock is is 2 minutes behind. It's pretty weird. Yeah, it's 2 minutes behind. Okay. Okay, according to my PC time, guys, 2 minutes. Okay, so 2 minutes, we're gonna begin. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys on TikTok, if you guys wanna see our screen, just follow the instructions on on the display, okay? You can find us on TikTok. I mean on YouTube. Okay, guys, who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's not ready? I think it's time for us to begin. Okay, so I'm not sure, guys, if this is the first or second stream of 2026, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining up on the stream. We can officially start the stream right now. Okay, so the objective of today is to look at some markets, using our trading indicators. We're gonna look at your Forex pairs. We're also gonna have a look at your synthetic indices, right? Because those are the ones that are paying right now. Okay. So we did take a break from the Forex market. I think it was, I think the second week of December. The market started ranging, moving sideways. So then now we paused the trading on the Forex currencies, and then we just hopped over to the synthetic markets. And I was just recently made aware, guys. There's some places where Deriv, which is the broker that gives us synthetic indices, there's places where it doesn't work, right? So if you're living in one of those countries that don't allow synthetic indices, it's a major disadvantage. But we've got three markets that we can trade right now. It's the Forex market, crypto market, and then the synthetic market. Okay, so if you can't do synthetics and you want to run away a bit from Forex, you can go to crypto. Crypto is also pushing very nicely. We also do get some very good signals on crypto. So it's something that we shouldn't overlook. Okay. So, anyways, guys, before we look at MT5, right, we're going to look at two websites that are very important for us. Okay, especially if we want to be trading Forex. There's two websites which I highly recommend for you. Okay, and then today we're going to use the market scanner indicator to get signals. And then we're also going to use the 2025 trading system to get signals as well, because some people have been asking me to just do a tutorial on how the system works. Okay, so without wasting time, so the first website that I want you guys to go to or to view is called forex.timezoneconverter.com. Okay, forex.timezoneconverter.com. Okay, so this website, guys, as you can see on the screen, okay, this website shows you the different trading sessions. Okay, we've got 5 sessions in total, which is the German session, right, which is the London session, which is the New York session, which is the Australia session, which is the Sydney session, and the Tokyo session. Okay, so the most important um, trading sessions in Forex is the London session, the New York session, and the Tokyo session. Okay, so those are the main sessions, right? So if you're going to be trading Forex, those are the times where you'd want to be like approaching the markets. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you log into this website, guys, is you need to come. You see here where there's that heading that says Forex Market Time Converter, right? You go to the time zone, you click on it. So this is where you have to select your time zone. Okay, so I'm currently in South Africa, guys. Okay, I'm currently in South Africa. So in South Africa, we use GMT plus 2, right? Even the neighboring countries, we use GMT plus 2. Okay, but fortunately for you, you can just go by your area. So I'm just going to use Africa, Johannesburg. You can use Africa, Harare. Okay. Um, yeah, if you're in South Africa, right? You can use Maputo. Just pick your location here because, you know, the time on the clock is different when you go to different parts of the world, okay? There's places where, you know, on their clock it's like 2 hours ahead than us. There's other places where they are 6 hours behind, okay? So it's very important for you to set this to your location, Africa, Johannesburg, right? Which will give you accurate times according to your time zone. Okay, so let me just set mine up. I'm looking for Africa, Johannesburg. That's the one. Even if you're in Mpumalanga, guys, Eastern Cape, KZN, just use Johannesburg, okay? That's the GMT plus 2, right? That's the time zone, okay? And then when you look at the table down there, it's going to give you an accurate time for when the sessions begin and when the sessions close. Because this weekend, someone asked me which currency pairs they can trade and what time. Okay, so this answers that question, right? Okay, it answers part of the question, right? So as you guys can see, the first session that we have on the table is the Frankfurt, Germany session, which starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. This is South African time. Okay. If you are in another place, it might look different, right? Let me just okay. I'll read this first one and I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay. So if you're in South Africa, the Germany session it starts at 9 a.m. Okay, and then it ends at 5 p.m. Right? So let's say, for instance, let me just change the time zone here. You saw that, guys, 9 to 5, right? So let's go to somewhere in America, Argentina, right? I don't even know the cities there, but I'm just going to pick one, okay? If you pick a different city, it'll give you a different time, okay? Right? So it's very important for you. Like, look at this. The Germany session, if you are in America at this place, Aguila, whatever it is, uh, the Germany session, when you're over there, it starts at 3 a.m., right? And it ends at 11 a.m., okay? But if you're in South Africa, because of the time differences of the different places, right, it starts at 9, ends at 5, okay? It's very important because you're going to miss it. All right, let me just set it back to what? To me, okay? So let's move on. Now, the next session that's there, guys, is the London session, which begins at 10 a.m. and it ends at 6 p.m. Okay? Then after the London session, you've got the New York session. It starts at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, South African time, and then it ends at 11 p.m. Okay? Moving forward is the Australia session, the Sydney session. It starts at 11 p.m., ends at 7 a.m. Okay? The Tokyo session, which is the last one on the list, starts at 1 a.m. South African time and it ends at 9 in the morning. Okay? So I know some of you are probably wondering, like, why is this important? Okay? Um, Look, if you're trading Forex currency pairs, okay, it's very important for you to be aware of these different trading sessions, okay? Because at these different trading sessions, you're gonna have different currency pairs which will be active and reactive, okay? So, for example, if you want to trade gold, gold is something that the best time to trade it would be the New York session. So in my time zone, I would trade gold between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to know the trading sessions, right? So under general, like which currencies do you want to trade in which sessions? Just under general, okay? So in terms of Forex currency pairs, okay, your GBP pairs, right? The ones with the GBP in the prefix and the suffix, and your Euro pairs, the EUR pairs, okay? Those ideally, if everything goes perfectly, you'd want to trade them during the German and the London session. Okay, it's just general knowledge, guys. It's just general knowledge, right? I'm just sharing. We take it's 2026, guys. We need to make sure that we cover the foundation. Okay, and then in the New York session, you'd want to trade things like uh, which have a USD in the currency pair, USD CAD, for example, USD CHF, Euro USD, right? Those are the ones you'd want to trade in the New York session, okay? And in the Sydney and the Japan Tokyo session, you'd want to trade things with an AUD in the prefix or suffix, and you'd also want to trade things like which have a JPY in it, right? Your GBP JPY, AUD JPY, that sort of vibe, okay? So if you use this table, you will have a better idea of what to look out for. We got 20 people on the stream right now, guys. Powerful. Welcome to the stream, guys. You know, I hardly get so many viewers on a YouTube live stream. Okay? But yeah, I'm just taking it slow, guys. There's no need to be in a rush. It's still Monday. Okay? So if you use this table, guys, you have an idea of which currency pairs to look out for, which currency pairs to analyze. It's just a good way to give you a guide so that you don't waste time looking at markets which wouldn't be active at the time. Okay, it's all about working smarter and more efficiently, right? We don't have to work like, this it's not hard work, guys, right? We want to work smart, not hard. Okay? So yes, this website is called forex.timezoneconverter.com. And no, I'm not an affiliate of this website, guys. Just an information website. Okay. And then maybe I can also post this to our. I can just post the link to our Telegram, guys. Okay. I'll just post the link in the Telegram. I'll make a note. Okay. I'll make a note that I need to, you know, send this link to the Telegram. Okay, it's very, very important if you're doing Forex currencies. This really helps. A lot of people who are trading, they don't know about the trading sessions. They don't know which time, they don't know what to trade basically, right? So it's like you want to go fight in a war, but you don't know where the war's at. You don't know where your enemy is at. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a good starting point. Okay. Now, the next website that I want us to go to, guys, okay? So if you guys do have questions, I can't really see the chat right now where I'm at, okay? But when I'm done, like as I'm going, I will keep checking to see if you guys have any questions, right? Um, but yeah, just type them in the chat if you do have any question about whatever I'm talking about right here, okay? Then I will go back, okay? Moving on, guys. The next website that is important for you as a trader is investing.com. Okay? Investing.com, right? And in particular, here, guys, we are actually looking for one thing specifically here. Okay? We want the economic calendar, right? So it's usually here, like you see. Okay, let me just check how much of the screen you guys can see. Right? It's usually at the top left. You see where my cursor is right there. It's usually at the top left. You just go ahead and click there, right? Something that will make it easier for you is also just to log into the website, maybe just create an account or something like that. Log in so that it can save your settings. Okay? So investing.com. And also here, guys, before you do anything on any of these websites, what you need to do, guys, is to go down. You see here where it says the current time. You see it's set at default here. It's using GMT -5, right? So the website's time is 11 a.m. Right now in South Africa, it's 6 p.m. Okay, so we need to change this. So you need to put your local time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click there, and then I'm gonna look for GMT plus 2, Johannesburg, that one, right? GMT plus 2, Johannesburg. You can select any of these other, it doesn't make any difference. It gives us the same time, okay? But for simplicity's sake, choose the one that says um, Johannesburg, right? If you're in South Africa, if you're in another place, put it for where you're gonna be at, okay, or where you're at, okay. If you're in Saudi, put Saudi there. If you're in America, put America there, right? If you're in London, London is like 2 hours behind. Put it in there, you know, so you can get the accurate times, right? So, anyways, this is also this economic calendar, guys. Okay, it's also a tool that you use for Forex. Okay, it's also a tool for Forex, this thing, right? So, what information are you going to get on this website? So, on this website, you're going to see different news events, okay? And on this website, you're going to see the news events plus how much potential impact they can have on the market, okay? So if there's like a news event that has a high impact, okay, that just simply means that the market is going to be very active when that news event hits, right? And they even tell you here which currency pairs or which currency is going to be affected by the news event, okay? Let's just make an example. Let's say there is, what can we say? There is the FOMC statement that is done in the US, right? So let's say it's done at 7 p.m. South African time, for example, right? That just simply means that around 7 p.m., the currency that is affected right there is the USD. So the USD is going to be very volatile, right? So depending on your trading style, okay, it gives you an idea of when the opportunities are going to be available for you. So if you're scalping, that's what you want. You want high volatility, right? If you're breakout trading, that's what you want. You want breakouts, you want the market to move, you know? Okay, so that's what this website is for, guys, right? So it shows you all the news events that are going to affect the certain currencies here. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to just put on some filters. I only want to see high impact news only, right? Just so that I don't have a long list. Okay. Just so immediately when I did that, guys, okay, I already saw that today we have high impact news, which started at 5 p.m. I think it's over now, right? Which would affect the US dollar is the ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay. So had you seen this prior to this live stream, you would have known that 5 p.m. is the time for you to be looking for opportunities. Okay? Mm. It's a time for you to be looking for opportunities. Okay? So that's where we start, right? And then on this website as well, guys, you can actually see the forecast for the week. So what I like to do is I click this button that says this week. You click on that, okay? And then here you can see all the high impact news events that will happen this week and which currencies are affected. So usually on this economic calendar, because I look at it like once or twice a week. Okay, so usually I see a lot of USD currencies, right? But excuse me, but it's very important, guys, because the US dollar is an important currency for the forex market. Okay, it's like the world's reserve currency. Okay, so when there's high impact news on the USD, it's a great indication that the market is gonna be volatile. All right, okay. We together. We 100. Okay. So now those are the two websites, guys. Okay. So the first website that I mentioned is the forex.timezoneconverter.com. The second one is investing.com, but not necessarily investing.com because we just want the economic calendar. If you want to use investing.com, you can just use you can just go to Google and then type in economic calendar, right? And then just like that, you already know what's going on. You can see and view the different news events that will happen. Okay? Easy, guys. Easy, easy, easy. Now, since we've already covered this, okay? So that's for the Forex market, right? Remember, we've got quite a few markets available for us to trade, guys. I mean, there's things like futures now. I don't really trade futures because we're not really restricted in my region of the world. We can still trade the currencies, we can still trade the indices, we can still trade crypto. You know, some people are jumping to futures because, especially people in the US, they are very limited when accessing the retail forex market. Okay, so a lot of them have jumped to the futures market. Okay, but yeah, guys, that's basically the the lowdown. Okay, and like I was saying, you've got three main markets. Okay, okay, for me, right? For me, what I like to focus on is three markets. Okay, you've got your forex market, which is what you guys just saw right now. The websites that I was giving you guys right now, they are for the forex market. Okay, and then number two, second market that I like to dabble in, which is a great substitute for the forex market. Okay, is the synthetic market, the synthetic index market. Okay, so this synthetic index market doesn't necessarily use, or it's not affected by these news events. Okay, that's what they tell us, right? But it's not affected by this, okay? So you've got the forex market and the synthetic markets, right? So now the forex market is very heavily dependent on um, you know, technicals plus fundamentals, which is news and events. Okay, news and events affect the forex market, right? So if there's a news and event, it's more likely to affect the forex market. Okay, that's why it's important to have these two websites that I gave you guys. Okay, and then on the other hand, the synthetic index market doesn't really. Okay, there's minimal, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? It's not minimal, but there's not much impact, right? That affects the synthetic markets in terms of the fundamentals. Okay, so you could be having the market going crazy on the forex market because of some news events, but then on the synthetic markets, it's not necessarily dependent on that. Okay, so the synthetic market a lot works with a lot of technicals, right? You need to be able to read the charts so that you can find the opportunities of which you're going to see. You're going to see that. Okay, hardly slept, guys. That's why I'm yawning. Okay, but I'm drinking water to stay awake. Okay, so and then the other market that we can trade, guys, is the crypto market. You guys know about cryptocurrency. The common thing that they have with the synthetic index market is that you can trade crypto and the synthetic indices Monday to Sunday, 24 hours a day, right? But from my observation, guys, from my observation, okay, I've noticed that the synthetic index market it has more volatility, right? Meaning that consistent volatility. Let me put it, it's got more consistent volatility than your forex and your crypto. That's what I've seen, right? I'm basing this off of how I trade the markets. Okay, so yeah, And once you understand these basic things, guys, you already have an idea of how to approach the markets. Like, if you guys follow me, we're using a trading system, right? We're using a trading indicator which reads the technical analysis, right? It reads the chart and it gives us signals based on that, right? So when you have this background knowledge as well, then it gives you a sort of guide. It guides you as to like, okay, when should I use my strategy? When should I apply it? When shouldn't I apply it? Okay? So since we've covered that, guys, let's go ahead and look at some charts. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at some charts, right? So we're going to be using two systems today, right? I'm not going to be talking fast today, guys. I just feel a bit tired, but I hardly speak fast, guys, okay? I didn't do a sound check on YouTube. Let me just check real quick. Guys, we've got 30 people on the stream, okay? All right, somebody's asking me some questions. All right, let me just look at your chats real quick, guys. Okay, what would be your opinion regarding the trading system if these news are impacting the fundamentals? Should we consider the signals from the system or stay away? Okay, so usually what I do, guys, when there's news events, like you'll see, I think there's gonna be the NFP soon, right? When we have the NFP, I'll do a live stream to show you guys how I trade the the high impact news, right? But usually what I do, whenever there's high impact news, I use the indicators to give me the signals, okay? Maybe an hour before the news hits, right? Maybe an hour before the news hits, okay? Maybe an hour before the news hits, all right? And then someone's asking, um, when do you do live trades on the MT4 system? It's been a while since we did that, but we can, there's nothing stopping us. But ultimately, guys, all these systems are generally giving us the same information. Okay, they just give it to us in different ways, and we apply different methods, right? But ultimately, that's basically what it is, right? So I'm moving away now from the chat. So, anyways, guys, today we're gonna use the two MetaTrader 5 systems, right? So we've got the system that most of you are familiar with, the one that we're using the whole of last year, the 2025 system, okay? And then we're also going to use the 2026 system, right? We're still using these two strategies, guys. We're using them. We're not discarding any of them, okay? So let's go ahead and look at our charts, guys, okay? And let's just go through the components before we jump into to the analysis, okay? Let's see what we have first, right? So that we can understand what it is that we're doing, okay? Let's look at the different components. So I'm going to use this block to point, guys, this black block right here. This is what I'm going to use to be pointing, okay? So what you're looking at right now, guys, on the screen is the MT5 system, okay, for 2025. And there's a few things on here, guys, okay? There's a few things on here. Like, if you don't understand how the system works, guys, I've got a lot of videos on my channel about this particular system. There's a lot of videos about this one, okay? Even the 3.0, there's a lot of videos about the 3.0. There's a lot of them. 3.0 is actually much easier to use because um, the 3.0 is the MT4 system. It's easier to use because it gives you the trading levels, right? Your entry, stop loss, take profit, clearly displayed on the chart, okay? But then the limitation with the 3.0 is that it only works on MT4. So you can't migrate with that system to MT5. Okay, hence we needed something for MetaTrader 5, which is this that you're looking at the screen right now. Okay, so let's go through our trading system, guys. What do we have? What's important here? Okay, so this system, guys, is made up of three entry confirmation indicators and three trend confirmation indicators, right? So there are indicators here on the screen that are supposed to show us the trend, and there's indicators on the screen that show us the entry confirmation, whether it's a buy entry confirmation, whether it's a sell entry confirmation. Okay, so let's start with the the trend confirmation indicators, right? So if you look closely, guys, look, my block disappeared. If you look closely, guys, you'll see these three lines on the screen. You see this line that's on top of the price, this red one. That's the 20 EMA. And then you see this blue line right there. That's the 50 EMA. And then you see that purple line right there. That's the 200 EMA. Okay? So now, these moving averages, right? The 20, the 50, and the 200, they help us to confirm the trend. Okay, so when someone is talking about the trend, they're actually referring to the direction of the market. Okay, so you guys have probably heard this. Okay, guys, don't be stingy with the likes on YouTube and TikTok, guys. Don't be stingy with the likes, guys. Don't be stingy with the likes. But anyways, these moving averages, uh, their positioning on the chart, they help us to determine the direction of the market, right? Is the market going up? Is the market going down? Okay. And there's this saying that says the trend is your friend, which means that um, we should be looking for trades in the direction of the trend. Okay. In other words, we want our trades to be aligned with the direction of the market. So the trend of the market is the direction of the market. Okay. So the 20, 50, and the 200 EMA, these moving averages, if they're stacked, the 20 is above the 50, 50 is above the 200, like we've always been saying, that suggests to you that we are in an uptrend. Okay? We're in an uptrend. And then what do we do in an uptrend? We look for buy trades. Okay? So you first want to get the direction. Okay? And then once you see the direction, you want to confirm the trade in the direction of the trend. Okay? So now, if the price is in a downtrend, we can identify that by physically looking at the moving averages. So if the moving averages are like this, and these moving averages can also be placed on the 3.0. Okay, so these moving averages for the 3.0 system were a game changer, right? So, anyways, um, when all right, so when the 20 moving average is underneath the 50 moving average, and the 50 is underneath the 200 moving average, that tells us that are looking at these indicators on the screen that the market is in a downtrend. Okay? So in a downtrend, you want to get sell trades. That's the general rule, right? Because if the direction of the market is overall going up, you want to be in a buy trade because a buy trade has higher chances to make a profit in that time period than a trade in the opposite direction. Okay, so you want to be in a buy trade when the market is increasing, going up, and then you want to be in a sell trade if the market is going down. Okay, so those three indicators, 20, 50, and 200, those are the ones that confirm the trend. Okay, and then the entry confirmation indicators, right here, these are now the ones that tell us to buy, and these are the ones that tell us to sell. Okay, so what we look at is the arrows, right? You see this arrow right here. The arrow can be pointing up or down. You guys see that on the screen, right? It's very clear and visible. The arrows are very clear and visible. Okay, so the formation of an arrow is the first confirmation, right? And in order for us to have a confirmed trade, the three confirmation indicators need to be aligned, right? So there needs to be an arrow pointing up, okay? And then on the top right hand side of the screen, this is the entry dashboard, right? That's the second confirmation. So in an example, when we are looking to get into a buy trade, that's the first, the arrow pointing up is the first confirmation. The second thing would be to get a buy on the dashboard on the top right hand side of the screen. Okay. And then the third confirmation is here, down here at the bottom right of the screen. You'd also want to get a buy on the price action signal. Okay, so if you get an up arrow, you get a buy on the dashboard, you get a buy at the bottom right, then that means that your trade is confirmed, right? But the process, guys, is like this. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to clearly identify the trend. Okay, and then once we've identified the trend, because it can either go up or down or sideways, right? It can go one of those three ways. Okay, so with our method, we want to be in the trade when the market is either going up or down, when it's clearly moving upwards and when it's clearly moving downwards. Okay, so those are the entry confirmations that we're going to get. So very quickly, if I'm going to show you an example, but for here, guys, for us to get a buy trade, we need the moving averages to be stacked, showing us that it's an uptrend. And then number two, our entry confirmation indicators need to be telling us to buy. For sell trade, we want um, the moving averages to be pointing down, okay, stacked 20 under the 50 under the 200, and then from there we look for the entry points confirmations, which is the formation of an arrow, sell on the dashboard, sell on the price action signal. Just like that, we have our trade. Okay, that's the strategy. And then once we get our entry, guys, our stop loss is placed at the 50 EMA. So whenever we're going to be opening trades right now, okay, we're going to be putting our stop loss at the 50 EMA, and then we're going to be using that stop loss to determine our 1:1 risk ratio. Okay, for example, if we're risking $50, our take profit is going to be $50 away, right? If the stop loss is 20 pips away, it means that the take profit is going to be 20 pips away. All right, guys? I think we're together. Okay? Okay, we got quite a few. This is the highest number of people I've had on a live stream on YouTube, guys. Thanks for joining up, guys. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. So we understand the entry signal um, for MetaTrader 5 2025 system, right? So now let's go to the newer system. Let's just see, right? Before we actually analyze, guys, we're just going to use these tools to find these opportunities very quickly. Okay. I know I've been talking for a while. I think when exactly did we start the stream? It's almost been an hour. Busy yapping. Yap, 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 yap. Okay. Now, this is the second system, guys. This is the system update, basically, right? This is the updated system right now. Okay. This is the updated system. This is the one that we're going to be pushing in 2026, right? But if you have the 2025 one, it's still fine. The rules still apply, right? It's just that this one has more features and capabilities, to handle the market. Okay. So this indicator has quite a few components. Okay. Component number one, if you look at the chart right there on the left hand side, you can see some blocks on top of the chart. Okay. So that is our market scanner indicator. Okay. So this indicator, right, is the one that's going to save us a lot of time today. Okay. Because the purpose of it is to quickly show us the direction of the market. Is the market going up? Is the market going down? Okay. So this indicator shows us the direction of the market on specific instruments, right? You can put it on Forex. You can put Forex pairs here. You can put crypto here. You can put synthetic indices. Whatever it is that you want to put on here, as long as it's on MetaTrader 5, it will be able to read them. Okay? The next thing that you guys will see is we also have some arrows on the screen. You guys can see we've got arrows on the screen pointing up and down. And then we've got this cloud indicator and that moving average, right? That's just to show us the if the market is bullish or bearish. So if the price is under that cloud, it means that the price is bearish. Bearish means going down, okay? It's likely to go down. Bullish means that it's likely to go up, right? So that's what happens with bullish and bearish, okay? So now, the final component that we have here is are the trading levels, okay? On the previous system, we struggled with the trading levels, but now we have it built into our system where, when you are trading, if you're buying or you're selling, where you're putting out your take profit one, two, and three. Okay? So that's the distinction, right? So, anyways, guys, we've looked at the basics, right? Not even the basics. We've looked at our systems and looked at the components of them. Okay, so now let's just have a look at some markets, guys, right? And then we'll explain as we go. Okay, so we're going to look at the synthetic markets, guys. Okay, and maybe the forex market as well. We'll look at if we've got time. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a nap after this, guys. I just feel so tired, eh? I feel like I just want to sleep. My phone's gonna switch off, guys. So TikTok, I'm ending the stream. If you guys want to continue with us, you can see the screen. Find last minute. Okay, right? So now, guys, let's have a look at which markets to trade right now. Primarily, we're going to be looking at the 30-minute chart. I'm going to be using both these systems together. When I find a signal, we'll just pause, maybe talk about one or two charts, and then we can call it a day for now. Okay. So, the first thing that we want to do now, guys, when we hop up to the chart, is we want the indicator to show us, some good ripe opportunities. Okay, which markets are going up, which markets are going down. So what I did here was I put let's start with the volatility index, guys. Okay, I'm gonna isolate them so that we don't fall behind. So let me just charge my phone, guys. Just hold on. I just want to charge my phone. Nothing hectic. I'm on there, yeah. Guys, I'm actually feeling a bit tired, eh? I don't know. Just feel exhausted. I think I'm just gonna stream for a few more minutes, guys, and then just call it. But I'll go live again later. Okay? I'll go live again later. Okay, so let me just add. You guys can't see what I'm adding, but I'm adding more um, currency pairs onto my chart. Okay, not currency pairs, but indices. Right. So let me see index file. I want to add. Okay, this is volatility 10 index, volatility 25 index, volatility 25 index, 25. 1 second. Okay, just hold on, guys. Let me just get ready. I want to put the volatility indices on the scanner so that it can show us which markets. Okay, so basically when we're using the scanner, guys, the first thing is we want it to help us to identify where the opportunities are. Okay, so once it helps us to see where the opportunities are, then number two, we're going to use our confirmation um, signals or confirmation indicators to confirm the trade. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, let me just quickly insert these things. Let me see. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Let's add 5 more. We're going to look at the synthetic indices, the volatility index. Okay, we're going to look at the volatility index right now. Volatility 50. Okay, let me see if it added. Okay, good. It's scanning some more. So now it's scanning like 10 markets. Let me add some more. Let me add some more. Control C. Add some more, guys. Okay, so now it's added an extra. Is that fine? It added an extra 5. Okay, so that's the volatility index. Okay, so how many of you guys actually trade the volatility index? So at least you see how interesting this tool is. Okay, so now what the indicator is doing is it's looking at the different markets that I put in here. Okay, and then we need to go to these charts to get an entry. All right, we need to go to these charts to get an entry. So let's start with the volatility 75. Let's see what's going on with it. I'm already in this trade. Oh goodness. Already in this trade. Okay. Okay, but still a signal. Okay. Volatility 75, 1 second index. Okay, volatility 75, 1 second index. We've got a trade here. If you cascade down to the 15-minute chart, a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, do they have to stay on the 15-minute chart?" No, you don't have to. I mean, you can go to the lower time frames as well. All right. So sometimes your signal might not be on your 30 minutes. It's okay to cascade down and go to your 5 minutes and your 15 minutes. Okay. 1 hour, I mean, 1 minute, I wouldn't recommend it because that chart is just way fast, right? So let's look at it on this system right here. Let's look at the 15 minute. Okay, so this is what's happening on the 15-minute, guys. Okay, so this is a this is a what do you call, guys? This is a buy setup. Okay, this is a buy setup. And how do I know it's a buy setup, guys? Okay, so you look at your trend indicators, right? So we went down to the 15-minute chart so we can see the arrow. I think even if we go to the 5-minute chart, guys, we'd be able to see this much better, okay? Even the 5 minute, right? Even the 5-minute chart, okay? So this is how you confirm, okay? So the first thing that you want to see here, guys, is number one, you want to look at the moving averages, right? Your moving averages. So your 20 moving average is above your 50 moving average, and your 50 is above your 200. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then you can see, guys, that this market is actually in an uptrend. Okay, it's in an uptrend. You guys see that? It's in an uptrend, clearly trending up. Okay, and then once you establish that, you want to get your confirmation to enter. Okay, so your confirmation to enter is the latest candle, I mean, the latest arrow has to be pointing up, right? You need to have a buy on the dashboard and the buy on the price action signal right there at the bottom. Okay, so like this, if we're entering into this trade, we can actually buy right over there. Okay, and then we can put our stop loss at the 50 EMA. Are you guys with me? The 50 EMA right there. This trade is still good on the 15-minute chart. And then we can use a 1:1 to get our TP. And just like that, guys, you have a trade. Okay. We're just taking long because I'm talking. But just like that, you got a trade. Easy. Okay. On the other system, it's similar, right? It's similar. On the other system, what you need to do first, you get the direction from the market scanner. Then when you get to the chart, the price must be above this cloud right here, okay, for buy trades. Okay, if it's underneath, you only look for sells. Okay, so then if the price is above that cloud, then what tells you to enter is the arrow. Here you wait for the arrow, so you put your buy when you see the arrow. So you can see the arrows right there. It means we can actually open up another trade to buy here, right? And then this blue line right here, this is our stop loss line. So our stop loss line, that's where we're going to put our stop loss. And then our take profit 1 and 2 are these levels right here. You see the difference between these two systems. This one already gives you the levels that you can target. The other one, you have to determine it with the 50 EMA, which are both good methods, guys, right? It just goes with simplicity. What do you think is simple? Okay? So volatility 75, 1 second, we're buying it, right? And then let's have a look at another market. Let's look at, let me just go back to the 30-minute chart. Okay, so what we want, guys, is we want these markets to be aligning. Okay, so if we get the direction and the entry confirmation, if the direction is telling us to sell and the confirmation is telling us to sell, then we take the trade. But if it's not, we leave it. Okay, we just go to the next one, right? We just go to the next one if it's like that. Okay, here's another one here, guys. Actually made some money here on this one. Okay, volatility 75. A lot of you guys love this one. A lot of you guys love volatility 75. You guys can see on the left right here, the market scanner told us that this market is going down. Okay, there's an arrow right there telling us that we can sell, so we can actually sell right here. Our stop loss is placed at this blue line right here. Okay, and then our take profit are these levels here at the bottom using the system, 1 and 2. Okay, so TP1 can be here, TP2 can be here, stop loss can be there. Let me just read the numbers. The stop loss can be at 40,497, and then take profit 1 can be at 36931.76, and then TP2 can be at 33718. Okay, just like that, as you see on the screen. Let's see how it looks like on the old one. Volatility 70. This is what annoys me now. Now I have to search the. Where are you? Tell me where it is, guys. If you see it, oh, it's up there. Right. Our trade. You see, our volatility 75 1 second is actually going up right now. Okay. Targeting. Its target is 4399. Right. The stop loss is at the 50. Right. You guys can determine the 50 yourselves. Okay. I'm not being mean. It's just what it is. Okay. All right. So here, guys. First thing, what you want to look at, you want to identify the trend. How do you do that? You look at the moving averages. You can see that the 20 is under the 50, the 50 is under the 200, okay? Then tells you that this market is in a down. You can actually see that it's in a downtrend, okay? And then from here, you get your entry confirmation, arrow pointing down, sell on the dashboard, sell on the price action signal. Our entry is where the price is right now, stop loss is at the 50 EMA, and then our take profit is at a 1:1, somewhere there, right? Somewhere there, right? So it gives us, you see, guys, it gives us similar information, but it's better on the newer one, okay? It's better on the newer one, much easier. You don't have to do much, but still very easy to use, okay? Mm. Another thing that I should point out, another thing that I should actually point out, guys, is that uh, on on the synthetic indices, I think I've said this last time as well. On the synthetic indices, the lot sizes are not the same. Okay, they're not the same as the forex pairs. In forex pairs, it's normal for you to use 0.01. That makes sense. 0.10, 0.20, right? But some of these synthetic indices, right, you can't put zero point 0.1. Some of them will tell you that the lowest lot size that you can use is zero point 0.2. Some will say the lowest lot size is 1.0. Okay, so to know which lot size to use, okay, I might have also posted a video about this, but just check my TikTok. I think I did post a video about this. If you open up MetaTrader 5 on your phone, right, and you go to the synthetic index, right, you open up these different you open up these different, what do you call, synthetic indices on your chart on your phone, and then you go to the chart. It will by default show you the smallest lot size that you can take on that particular thing. So it's just that my phone is not here now. I'm charging it somewhere far away. But you can clearly see that, okay, maybe for V75, the smallest lot size that you can use is 1.0. For example, making an example. It can be right, it can be wrong. Okay. Someone's asking an interesting question. Preferred time frame for the new system. For both systems, guys, I like the 30 minutes. Okay. I like the 30 minutes, but you can play with the 15 and the 5. You can play between 5, 15, and 30, right? 5, 15, and 30. And that's where the concentration is better. Okay. Maybe let's also look at some forex currency pairs, guys. Okay, let me change this, right? Okay, let's look at maybe another group of synthetics. Okay, let's look at another group of synthetics before I go to the forex, because I know some of you guys, you don't have synthetics. Okay, but tell me, guys, is it confusing when I'm using the two of them like this, or should, when we do a stream, it should be explicitly this system, right? How do you guys want it? Just let me know. Okay, you want like a specific system for a specific training session, or I can mix it up like this. Are you guys following what I'm saying? Because sometimes you think people are with you, but they are lost, you see, and that's not the objective of today, right? That's not the objective of today. Okay, let's look at your favorite, guys. Let's look at your crash and boom, okay? Let's look at your crash and boom, your crash and boom index. These ones move very nicely, guys. Crash and boom index also moves very nicely. They move excellently. Okay, so let's see. We have about how many? It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 of them. V75 is going down, guys. Okay. So now we've got our boom index. Let's see. Let's look for. I like trading. Crash 500 is actually one of my favorite ones. Sometimes it plays very well. Let me see the boom. Okay, I got out of this one. Boom 500. Should actually close some of these things, guys. I think boom 600. Boom 600 will give us a good example for the older system, right? Boom 600. Boom 600. Just have to find it here. Boom 600. Boom 600. Boom 600. Boom 600. Okay, I was waiting for this to refresh. Okay, let me move away here. Okay, wait, guys. I wanna do many things at once now. Just hold on. I'm feeling a bit tired, guys, so I really want to. And then, guys, I've been working on turning the indicator into a robot, but I'm still programming it. It's taking some time, right? Still testing it out, right? So that we don't have to do it manually, but we can just do it auto. I'm slowly transitioning to the auto, guys. Okay, because a lot of you guys ask me this, man. A lot of you actually ask me for that, you know. Because I do appreciate that some people don't have. You see what we're doing right now? They don't have the time to do that, right? They don't really have the time to do that. Okay. Okay, range break. Okay, there's some nice signals, guys. Let's see. Let's have a look at. Let's look at jump. Let's look at exponential index 2. Let me just write it down. Exponential index 2 and jump 50. Exponential index 2 and jump 50. Then we can go to Forex. Jump 50 and then exponential index 2. All right, let's go here. Exponential index 2. So jump 50 on the 15-minute chart, okay? The only thing that we're waiting for is we're waiting for that buy on the price action signal, because you can see that the moving averages are stacked correctly. The 20 is above the 50, 50 is above the 200. Arrow pointing up, buy on the dashboard. We're waiting for the buy confirmation here, right? It's just that the market right now is retracing. But after the retracement, there'll probably be an entry to the top side. So get this one. Okay, it's not really aligning. Let's look at Some more range break. Hold on, guys. Just hold on. Should I look at your gold and your? Okay, let's move away from the synthetics, guys. Let's just also accommodate the forex, guys. You know, at some point during the holidays, guys, I was thinking to myself that, you know, I think it's time that I retire from Forex and I just 100% do the indices, right? But hey, you know what my biggest fear is about the indices is that the problem is the broker, right? I don't know, I just don't trust them that way, you know? I don't know. I just have my reservations when it comes to that. I just have my reservations. Gold is going up nicely. Who's trading gold right now? And this other kid on Instagram was saying that you must buy gold when the market opens. He was right. Okay, wait, guys. I need to change a setting. So, for those of you guys with the market scanner, just a quick, just watch the setup video that I sent you. Okay, there's an important detail that I said there. Like when you put the Forex currency pairs, right? There's a certain setting that you need to change, okay? Specifically for Forex. Hi guys, I'm actually getting a little tired. Let's look at gold. Okay, gold seems like it's pushing up nicely. Gold and let's look at another one. Gold and maybe USD Gold and USD Just remind me guys. Gold USD CHF JPY, uh, USD JPY. Okay, let's look at gold and USD JPY. Right, gold is going up, USD JPY is going down. Okay, so I just want to show you here where are my forex currency pairs, gold and USD JPY. Tell me if you see something first, guys. USD JPY. So I'm just picking these markets based off of the market scanner, guys. Because I want to end the stream soon. I'm actually feeling quite tired. Gold and USD JPY. Gold and USD JPY. Let's look at it on the 5-minute chart. Look at it on the 5-minute chart, 15 minutes. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to wait for the entry, okay? But USD JPY looks like it's going down. Why am I saying so? This is on the 5-minute chart. The trend on the 5-minute chart is down. The 20 EMA is under the 50. The 50 is under the 200. Okay? And then the confirmations, we've got our arrow, we've got our sell on the dashboard, and then we're just waiting for the price action signal to clock in, right? So as soon as it tells us to sell, we're going in for sell here, where the market will be, maybe down here. Our stop loss will be placed at the 50, right? This is the 5-minute chart, guys, okay? 5-minute chart. And then our take profit is going to be at a 1:1 risk ratio, somewhere there. All right? Let's quickly look at another market. Let's look at the last chart, guys. So the trades that we have is a buy on the volatility 75, 1 second, and a sell on the volatility 75. Those at least I remember, right? Okay, where's gold? Gold. Tell me if you see it, guys. Gold, where the hell is it on my market list? Oh, goodness, there it is. Okay, gold is also giving us a buy signal on the 5-minute chart. Why? First thing, you look at the moving averages, 20s above the 50, 50s above the 200. Then that tells you that this market is going up. Then you got an entry confirmation, you got an arrow pointing to the upside, buy on the dashboard, buy on the price action signal. Just like that, we've got our entry. So our buy position will be open right there. You guys see that there? And then our stop loss will be placed down here at the 50 EMA. This is on the 5-minute chart, guys, for those of you guys who wanted to know. And then our take profit will be at a 1:1, right? Remember, you use the 50 EMA to determine the stop loss, and the distance from the stop loss to the TP is what you will model to get your take profit right there. Okay? Okay, guys? Just like that, just like that, just like that. Okay, on our new system, on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute chart, we already hit our daily targets, but we can still move up. Okay? We're still going up, still going up. So our target for gold is 44.67, and then 44.37. Okay? Yeah, so guys, that's basically how you use these trading systems, guys. I think we've been live for how long, guys? So it's been about an hour and 30 minutes, right? So I think I'm just gonna take a quick nap, guys. I'm feeling really exhausted. All right, let me just see if you guys have any more questions before I go. Guys, so we actually had 40 viewers on the stream. This is pretty crazy. These are big numbers. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining up on the stream. If you guys have any other questions, just reach out to me. You guys know how to reach out to me. TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp, email. Okay, if you have any other questions. But anyways, guys, I'm disconnecting right now. I'll let you guys know when I'm doing the next live stream. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Let's go. End stream. Yeah, guys, I'm so tired.